Good morning. Let's get ready for some anatomy.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be.
Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex.
Okay, haha, all kidding aside. We're going to start chapter 25, Reproductive System. So we just finished the endocrine system, and we're moving on to chapter 25, Reproductive System. Okay, this system should be fairly easy. We're going to talk about the parts of the reproductive system. We're going to talk about what structures are in the reproductive system, and then we're going to talk about what everything does in the reproductive system and how it all works in both men and women. Okay, so let's talk about structure on both sides first. Okay, we have our males and our females. Okay, can you see that? Hold on, let me tilt out a little bit. Okay, good. All right. So we're talking about the male reproductive system first. Okay, I'm going to show you the picture that you have in your book, so check it out. Oh, wait, I guess I can't, can I? How do I turn this around? Shoot, I don't know if I can. I'm just taking pictures of myself. That's not helpful. Okay, I'm going to turn it around so you can see. Okay, there's your picture that's in your book. We're going to be talking about all those parts. So, whoops, bear with me. Okay, I got it. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the male reproductive system. Okay, you have your testes, right? We just talked about those in the endocrine system. Ooh, bring you back over here a little bit. It has a duct system, not duct with a T. Okay, that's how things flow, right? Because men's urinary systems are connected to the reproductive system. Unlike in women, we have a separate path for that. So for guys, your urinary system ties into this duct system in the reproductive system. You have glands, okay, and you have a penis. I hope you know that by now. Okay, the penis is basically the exit organ. Okay, everything is happening in the body. The penis just brings out waste, right, from the urinary system and sperm. Okay, the purpose of the reproductive system is to reproduce, right, make babies. Okay, not always, but that is the primary purpose of the entire reproductive system, to procreate and make the human world live on. Okay, so let's talk about some of these things. Again, in your books, check out the picture that you have in there and follow along. Okay, so you have, I'm blocking my screen here, hang on. Okay, you have tubules, okay, called let me spell it right. No, that's wrong. Wait. Hold on. Seminiferous, say that 10 times, tubules. Okay, and it basically carries semen out to the outside world. Okay, then we have these glands, they're called interstitial cells. Interstitial cells of Leydig, okay. These cells produce testosterone. Okay, so you just learned about testosterone in the endocrine system. These are testosterone. These are the actual parts of the cells that make that testosterone, which is released by your testes, which are controlled by your anterior pituitary, which is ultimately controlled by what? Hypothalamus. Good job. Okay, good. So that's the track of how this works. All right, so again, testosterone is the leading hormone in men that get this maturation of sperm up and running and ready to reproduce. Okay, so you have a couple of different ducts that are going on. Let's go back up to those guys. So I'm just going to erase this quickly and we'll come back to it. Okay, one of the ducts is the vas deferens. Okay, it's fun to say, vas deferens. Okay, this is the tube that connects to each testicle. Okay, helps carry the sperm out to different parts of the reproductive system, is also the tube that they cut when you go and get your tubes tied, so to speak, or when you have a vasectomy. They will cut the vas deferens tube so that the sperm cannot get out of the body. Okay, it's an easy procedure, half-hour tops. Recovery is simple. You just ice your gonads for the weekend and you're back to work on Monday. So a lot of couples will choose to have a vasectomy over tying a woman's tubes because that's much more invasive and risky. So for the guys, easy breezy. Now they can clamp the tube so that if the person changes their mind one day, they just release the clamps and the tube should be able to function. If you cut your tube, it's a lot harder to reconnect, not impossible, they do it, but if you're clamping it, you have better chance of changing your mind. So they will ask you at the doctor's office a million times if that's really what you want to do. And for a lot of people, it's the quick, easy solution to not having any more children. Okay. Then this carries the sperm from a structure called the epididymis. Epididymis. I think I spelled that right. Let me check. Okay, it's not P. Diddy. Epididymis. It's a little different. Okay, that carries the sperm to the ejaculatory duct, then eventually ties into the urethra. Okay, the urethra is also the tube that comes from the bladder to drain urine. Okay, so again, in guys, you only have two ports, sperm and urine. They come from the same tube. In women, our pee and our baby making centers are two separate things. Okay, and then everybody has their butthole. So women have 3 holes, men have 2 holes. Okay, just in case you need to know that if you're looking for anything. Okay, then the urethra passes through the prostate. And guys, your prostate is mucho importante. We'll talk about what the prostate does. Okay, the prostate is also a gland. We don't really talk about it in the endocrine system, but technically it is a gland. And it adds the white fluid that the sperm float around in before it exits the body. So, prostate cancer is very prevalent in men. Go get it checked. If you're over 40, you should be getting your prostate checked because if it gets enlarged, it could mean that you have cancer and we don't want that. So many, many lives could be saved if guys would only go get their prostate. It's uncomfortable for 5 minutes, but it could save your life. So I know all my guys will go get their prostate checked when it's time because you are awesome and smart. Okay, moving on. So the prostate, I'm going to erase this, so if you need to, go back, rewind, and copy it down. prostate is a donut-shaped gland. It's round. Okay, and it is inferior to the bladder. So it's underneath the bladder. And its job, one of the jobs, is it stops urine. Because remember, we said that it's the same tube, okay? So there's no person in the universe who wants to ejaculate and have urine come with it, okay? That's kind of yucky. So the prostate will actually turn off the sphincter that holds the urine, okay? It also adds fluid to the sperm. Okay, otherwise we'd have a tough time getting that sperm to flow up into the woman's body. Okay, so two things there. You have these seminal vesicles that carry this fluid. To the penis. Okay, they're sort of connected to the vas deferens. All right, so this is the transport system of our guys. So what does this look like? I'm going to attempt to draw you a picture. And you know what I'm going to say, right? Don't make fun of my drawing because you know I'm not good. Okay, so let's see if I can turn this around a little bit. Okay, so we have the testy right here. Okay, you see this right here? This is the epididymis in blue, this little structure here. Let me see if I can use a pen here. Okay, so here's your gonad. The testes hang outside, and then your epididymis collects that sperm, sends it up and around. Here's your bladder, guys, right here. And then here's the little seminal vesicle that joins it. It comes down here, and it comes out of the penis. Okay, this is the epididymis, and then it becomes the vas deferens. Okay, so the part that lays on top of the scrotum is the epididymis. The part that comes up is the vas deferens. Okay, and then your prostate gland is right here. See this little pink gland? Here's your bladder, and then the prostate is right here. And you can see here's where your pee would come and go out. Here's where the sperm comes and goes out. Okay, so it joins right up here. Okay, so hopefully I'm pointing to where you could see all that. Okay, so again, bladder, epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicles, joins down, comes out. That prostate adds semen and also cuts off that sphincter for the bladder. And then your butthole or your anus is over here. So not really having anything to do with the reproductive system. Totally separate, right? Because this is part of digestive tract. Okay, hopefully you saw that. I'll check the video later to make sure I got it. Okay, so again, the thing I get from most students is the penis a muscle? It is not. Okay, there is no muscle in the penis. It is not smooth muscle. It is basically cells. So what gives you an ejection? Ejaculation, ejection, erection. Sorry. What gives you an erection? An erection happens because of blood flow. Okay, the brain signals to the circulatory system that we are about to go crazy and we need some blood flow to get the sperm to shoot up there. If you guys didn't have erections, the sperm would not go where it needs to go, because as we're going to see in the women's side in a minute, it's a long way up to that uterus. So it needs to be like a straight arrow and shoot straight up into the uterus. So that's why you have to have an erection. Okay, can you get pregnant without an erection? Yeah. If any sperm leaves that body and enters into a woman, you have a chance of getting pregnant. Okay, and we won't talk about forms of birth control, but the pull-out method, educate yourselves, doesn't work. Okay, because there's always a chance that a drop can come out. Got to remember, thousands and thousands of sperm are coming out during ejaculation. So get the facts. All right, so the reason that you have erections is because blood flow goes to that area, and that's what makes the penis stand erect. Okay, there's no muscle there, believe it or not, at all. So as you go through your cycle, okay, it will always be regenerating. So whatever sperm are not used will just dry up and disintegrate, be reabsorbed back into the body. Now, the gonads or the testicles always are outside of the body. All the women's body parts are inside. Guys, their testicles hang on the outside. And the reason for that is, I know you know the answer. That's right, temperature. Because the body temperature is too hot for sperm survival. So outside the body, the sac is cooler, allowing those sperm to live and be strong. Okay, so a lot of times if a couple is having trouble getting pregnant, they will test, first of all, a man's sperm count, and they will make him switch from wearing briefs to boxers to allow a little bit more air and cooling to occur, because the closer you hold them to the body, the hotter they're going to be. So if you're ever trying to get pregnant and can't figure out what's happening, switch to boxers. It might be the answer. Okay, cool. All right, let's go down to the women's side. Da-da-da. Okay, women, we have a few different